Okay, so let's take a look at the first website, Moon Group. This one's called Moonbeam Enterprises, and we're going to take it through the cart pretty quickly here. I'm just going to point out a few things to you that I think might help out when you are evaluating this site. So let's start with the C, which is currency. And I want to point out that the copyright is 1998. That is very old. So I don't think that that is a good sign for your website and if you'd want to use this one. So just keep that in mind. I would definitely indicate that on my chart under C that it was copyrighted in 1998, a pretty long time ago. Okay, the A, the authority. Who is in charge of this site? Who's the author? What company? And it's just saying Dreamweaver Studios. Okay. What do we know about Dreamweaver Studios? Is there a place we can look at it? Okay, right here, there's email us, message in a bottle. Let's look at the email. The email us is not even an active link. Perhaps message in a bottle is? We'll take a look. And it is just not loading. So here we go. Dreamweaver Studios is taking us to a company that is selling these items. So I'm not quite sure what that has to do with the moon, but that is probably not the best sign either. Okay, what does it say up here? Dreamweaver Studios. Unique gifts, products, and simply fun ideas. So it sounds like, let's read this. Imagination is the key to every new idea that is created here and everywhere. Uh, we, meaning my family and I, wanted to create a company filled with products that allow you, the consumer, to escape the everyday. We hope that you enjoy browsing our products and please be sure to place an order. So this sounds like it's a company trying to sell things. And here's a link right here to our Moonbeam Enterprise. Okay. Okay, it took me right here to an update. It's claiming that they are developing the moon. So given the fact that I just read that this is a site for entertainment, that the company tries to entertain and sell you things, I'm not really getting a good feeling that this site is a really good quality site to use if I was researching the moon. So I need to go back to the original site right here. Okay, we're getting to the R part, which is reliability. So let's look at this. Moonbeam Enterprises proudly announces the development of the moon. We have developed the moon. Okay, so now I have to think back to what I already know about the moon. Okay, what I do know is that the moon is not a developed place where people can live, okay, or people can really visit unless they are astronauts. Um, so that's just not making a whole lot of sense to me either. So the reliability is not sounding that good because this just doesn't feel real to me. I'm noticing a spelling mistake right here. It's supposed to say promotional and there's an O missing. And again, it looks like this site is just trying to sell you things. So this site might be trying to sell you things that are not true as well. So I would say this site could possibly be a hoax site. Okay. So here we go. I'm clicking on one of the links about a cafe on the moon. And this just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Okay. So I would not be visiting this site or sending or buying anything from this site. It would not make me feel very comfortable. So let's go on to our next site. This one is a .gov and it's NASA. Whenever you see that .gov, that is a really good sign that you're going to be getting some pretty reliable information because these sites are managed by the United States government. And of course, this is NASA. And here we have the moon and different topics relating to the moon. We have some basics here as far as copyright. Page last updated pretty recently, November 14th, 2016. Okay, so who's in charge of this? We have a name, we have the organization, National Aeronautics and Space Administration. So I'm already feeling pretty comfortable with the site, especially when you see that .gov. Um, we know that we can feel pretty confident in trusting that site. Let's quickly look at our last site right here. Keith's Moon page. Okay, I'm already looking at this and it's not looking very professional. It looks like somebody's just, as a hobby, maybe made this page about the moon. So let's scroll down and first look at that currency. Okay, 2001, that was a long time ago as well. It's 2016, almost 2017. We have a name, Keith Cooley, and I'm not sure, I've never heard of him, so I don't know much about him. I would need to do a little research and digging if I wanted to check the authority on why he's talking about it. But he has a lot of links here, but I'm noticing that these are not links I can click on. I can click over here. So here are the moon phases. It looks like he does have some factual information about the moon. My question is just how reliable is he? So that's something that you would have to do a lot more digging on to see if he was a reliable source by reading the site, clicking on the links, make sure they work, looking for spelling errors, making sure that the site makes sense and could be possible. I'm looking for anything about him, and I'm not seeing a place to link to learn more about him to see why he is doing a website on the moon. It could just be that he's very interested in the moon. So you have to really think critically about these sites and try to figure out if it would be a site that you would use if you were really wanting to get the best facts. So please just look carefully. Uh, Also, purpose, is he just trying to inform you? Is he trying to entertain you? So C for currency, A for authority. Who is this person? Keith. Sounds like just a person who might be interested in the moon. And do we want to trust that? You have to do some digging there. Reliability, does the information sound true? Do the links work? Do you see a lot of spelling mistakes, grammar mistakes? And purpose, is he just interested in trying to teach you some things? We have visit Keith's Astro page, so you might want to take a look at that. I encourage you to just explore this site a little bit, explore all three sites when you are doing your work. Okay. All right. That is it. Good luck.